What's up, guys? Toyhouze here, and we've got news of new, fresh in the PTR for Classic Vanilla WoW, our old love and favorite game ever. That's right. Well, to tell you guys the truth, I am kind of excited about this. There's some movement, finally. There's something going on with Classic WoW. I felt like there's been a serious drought going on lately in terms of like news or just any movement at all from Blizzard's end on things happening. So this makes me super happy to see that something's happening. So yeah, I logged in. You can see there's the classic Era PTR realm 101 and virtual 102. And I think that this hints that possibly we're getting closer to a new round of fresh classic WoW. And for me, to be totally honest with you, I'm kind of excited about this. The survey suggests that it might be a little bit different this time around, and as a refresher, they ask things like, do you want faster XP rates? Do you want the barbershop? I'm not interested in the barbershop. No world buffs, right? Do you want an increased debuff limit on the raid bosses, right? So more people can use their debuffs. Do you want a black market auction house for vanity items? Do you want the original Alteric Valley design where there's more guards, there's slower matches and additional quests? Do you want more difficult raid bosses and dungeon encounters? I wish there was even another thing and we could say, we want Classic Plus. How about the Scarlet Citadel, right? We've seen some pretty cool stuff created by the community. Increased drop rates, right? Maybe we want 2 of each tier token like we're going to experience in Phase 2 of the Burning Crusade. Also, earning gold at faster rates, potentially. Or even summoning stones being usable within vanilla. These are all options in the survey they sent out where you could either say a range from strongly dislike to strongly like. I thought it was kind of a cool thing that they wanted to do this. They also were saying like the phases could progress faster, which also, as someone who's kind of a no-lifer, I'd kind of like that because personally I know a lot of you like the cadence, but like I feel like Phase 2 is just kind of taking a little bit too long for me. I've been playing a lot of my alts, but alas, I have gone to other games. As you've seen, I've kind of started playing a little bit of Diablo 2 Resurrected. It's got me more excited. But yeah, I think the prospect of a vanilla classic WoW is exciting to me, and the reason for it is because I haven't actually experienced everything there is yet in classic vanilla WoW. The first time around, I played a hunter, an orc hunter. It was an awesome experience. Total noob. Like, I didn't get my epic bow / staff, the Loke Delar, ancient staff of the keepers. I wasn't able to get it because all I needed was the Onyxius Sinew, and I just never could get a group for it. I don't know. I was like 10 years old or something. I'm just kidding. I was probably a little older than that, but I haven't experienced everything yet. Gathering all the tier sets for all the classes or experiencing the grind as each class. What's it like to level as each class? What's it like to PvP as each class or to raid as every class? Everyone says warrior's like the best class in vanilla. I haven't even done that. I've never even played a warrior 1 to 60 in vanilla, right? And they're supposed to be like dominating in PvP. They're basically the main tank in raids. Also really great DPS. And there's the completely broken rogue in PvP, another class I haven't leveled 1 to 60 in classic vanilla. And even mage I haven't done either. So there's just tons of classes I haven't done, I haven't played through. There's still a lot for me to do, but there's a really big condition for me, and I don't know if the same is true about you, but I feel like the community is everything to me. I love the World of Warcraft community. I think the World of Warcraft community is the best community out of any community, which is why I make YouTube videos for the WoW community. But I would never play WoW on a dead server because then there's no community, right? Like if I wanted to play a single player World of Warcraft experience, I can't even imagine a world where I'd want to do that. You'd never catch me playing on a dead server. So really it's really contingent on that. So, if it's not something that people want to do, like if everyone's just like, no, I'm not going to play vanilla WoW, I'm not going to play it again, neither would I. Because simply community is everything for me. So if there's a huge number of people playing when I log in, yeah, I'm going to be playing and having a blast, going through classic vanilla WoW all over again. I would totally do it. I don't mind it. I think it's a lot of fun, honestly. If there's a community, of course. Maybe I'd do PvE server this time around because the PvP ganking is it's getting pretty annoying in TBC, right? Now, one other thing that's important to note out is like if a better game came along and it caught my interest, I probably would switch away from vanilla classic WoW. but nothing else has really caught my interest besides, Diablo 2 Resurrected, New World, TBC Classic, Ashes of Creation. Okay, so I'm joking. There's definitely some awesome games coming up in the near future. So, yes, maybe Classic Vanilla WoW might struggle this time around because there's other options. When it launched, a couple of years ago, there weren't too many games available that I feel like could, realistically compete with such an iconic, timeless game such as World of Warcraft Classic. But now we have a couple options. I think Diablo 2 Resurrected is definitely going to be a game that's hyped and played for many years because we saw Diablo 2 originally, lasted for a good 20 years. Now, if you look at New World, there's clearly a ton of hype for this game. And I think that depending on when World of Warcraft Vanilla gets released, if it's anywhere near the New World release, I think that that's going to cause Vanilla Classic to really struggle. I think New World's going to be really popular, even though, maybe it doesn't look like the craziest game ever. And if you saw my review, I wasn't super crazy about it, but it's definitely a game worth exploring simply because it's fresh. It's new. It's brand new content. It's a new game you get to explore and have new experiences. And I think that's really appealing to a lot of people. Now, TBC Classic is kind of the elephant in the room. That is probably the game I'm most excited for. And I actually surveyed, and it seems like most of you are most excited for TBC Classic as well. And the thing that's interesting about that is I feel like that's where we're kind of getting the least amount of news or content for right now. There's Phase 2 still hasn't released. Phase 1 has lasted quite a bit. And I'm really noticing a significant decline in the number of players. Like if you look all over YouTube, people are kind of pointing this out. But it's hard to find a tank for dungeons. Everyone's just kind of raid logging at this point. If you go out into the open world, you barely see any people at all. If you make a new character, those new zones, in my experience, on Benediction, the highest population World of Warcraft server right now, are empty. I literally made a Draenei 2 days ago. The zone is empty. There's no one playing. So TBC Classic right now has sort of hit a low point. We can even look at some Google Trends here. You can see that World of Warcraft has steadily declined since launch, and you can see New World is rising, Diablo 2 is rising, Final Fantasy is skyrocketing. That's a game that really, really rose in popularity very recently. Won't catch me playing that game. Just kidding. But there's all these other things happening. So really, I'm actually curious even, will Phase 2 bring you back to WoW if you've left? And also, have you left, right? So I personally, I'm still there. I'm still raid logging. I'm still leveling an alternate character. But honestly, it for me, Phase 1 is kind of taken a long time. And I know a lot of you only play maybe like 30 minutes to an hour a day, and it's the perfect length, but I'm looking for some new content, right? Some new games to play. So with all that said, I think that Vanilla Classic WoW, depending on when it's released, depending on what they add and change, I think will be very exciting. I would definitely play it, but I think there's a lot of ifs involved in whether this will be a success a second time around. And, also, I think that something important to note is that it's not going to be the same as it was before. I think the first original launch of Classic Vanilla WoW was really special because we went years and years and years without World of Warcraft Classic Vanilla, and everyone was ready for it. We were just on private servers. We were ready for this Blizzard-sponsored, open the floodgates, first time back to the world that we love, remember, and cherish. And now it's sort of going back to that when we haven't even been that away for that long. It's kind of like, what's it like? Distance makes the heart fonder or something. I don't know the saying, but we haven't left Classic Vanilla for very long, so we don't miss it that much, right? So I think if there's another Classic Vanilla launch, I don't think it'll be as big. I don't think it'll be as many people. I don't think it'll be as hyped, but I still think it, depending on, a few factors that I kind of talked about, I think it'll still be a really big success. But of course it could go the other way. They could launch it around the same time as New World. People are more interested in New World, or something with Diablo 2 Resurrected, Ashes of Creation. There's a lot of threats out there that could pull the player base away from playing Vanilla Classic WoW again. Not to mention, like I said, we all just kind of played it about like 2 years ago, right? So with all that said, guys, I just wanted to let you know, it looks like we're probably going to see Classic Vanilla WoW launch once again, hopefully in the near future, but there's a lot of risks that I think will kind of potentially compromise the success of Classic Vanilla WoW. Let me know in the comment section below. Are you interested in playing another round of Classic Vanilla WoW? Yes or no? And then also, are you still playing the Burning Crusade? And if not, are you going to come back in Phase 2? All that, let me know in the comment section below. My name's Toyhouze. If you like the video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe for more World of Warcraft content, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.